Hello. We are lost on the live stream tonight. This week's pilot watch is an epic. It's The Lost Pilot, which is a two-parter, so doing both parts. Double bill tonight. Definitely one of the most iconic pilots in all of TV. We'll give it a few minutes, see who shuffles in, if anyone. Hey, Anthony. You alright? I'm guessing you're gonna watch this, since I know you're a big Lost fan. It's on Amazon Prime in the UK, by the way. No. Well, I know you saw it quite recently. Alright, get it lined up at 0 then. First episode. We'll start soon. Next week's pilot will be Fringe. Sounds like a t-shirt. How much do you love Lost? Or I love Lost. I like it a lot. I think it's great. I think because I've rewatched it once and it just got better on the rewatch. Like even the later seasons, which I weren't so keen on the first time around, they improved for me on the rewatch. And I think episode to episode, it's just one of the most epic TV shows ever. Like even when you think it's getting a little bit messy or a little bit whatever, there's still something really exciting about it, about the fact that they're trying something so audacious. Um, and it's never boring. That's one thing you can say about Lost. Yeah, I think the later seasons might get better for you on a rewatch. I think they did for me. I don't really mind the finale. I know a lot of people have problems with it. It's not perfect, but I don't mind it really. I think it does a good job of tying things up, and I think it makes sense when you see what's led up to it. But anyway, I've seasons, and I mean, for the well, I mean, partly because it is a very religious show throughout. There's big sort of religious themes, and I think also it just maybe makes sense that they always had their place for them waiting when they eventually died. Um, because I think because I think one thing I like about it is the fact that they're actually more happy on the island than they are in like the real world or their everyday lives. Because when they do go home in one of the later seasons, I think it's the one before the last, season 5, they're actually quite miserable and they're dealing with some heavy stuff. And in a way, they've got a sense of purpose when they're on the island. So I like that side to it. As I was saying, and when I first watched it, I thought the first 4 seasons were amazing, and then it was the last 2 that were a bit weaker. Um, the last season especially, but when I rewatched it, I thought those seasons were actually really strong as well. Probably still with issues, but generally on a rewatch, I thought the final 2 seasons were stronger. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just because 'cause they're the main characters of the show, and I guess they're the characters who did bond over the course of the show, so you're right, in theory, everyone and maybe everyone who was on the plane, does end up in the same place. Maybe we're just seeing them all together because they sort of knew each other. Yeah, that was really powerful. That's an incredible finale. Anyway, plenty of time to talk another time. And I think another thing, Anthony, is it's probably good that it doesn't explain everything. It does leave certain things open. Hey Cindy, how are you? I'll just remind you guys, if you don't know, that there is now a PayPal donate button on the channel. If you want to help me out a little bit, just donate as little as you want. Okay. It's on the main channel page. On the banner, there's a link, or in the description to the channel. You can click on it and donate. Yeah, well, we'll watch more of the 100 at some point. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Been watching Fringe for the first time. Started that this week. Enjoying it so far. Intriguing premise. And been watching The Terror tonight as well. Typical BBC, took 3 or 4 years to get that. And it'll be the Fringe pilot next week, as I said. It's on the main page, Cindy, the main channel page. At the top in the corner where you've got banners. Okay. On the banner, there's a PayPal link. Or it's in the description where it's sort of about the channel basically. But if you give me a minute, I can just link it. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So I don't need to link it. Okay. Yeah. Just to let you guys know it's there. So you watching with us, Cindy? In fact, I think I'll go for the JJ Ambrose trifecta. Because next week I'll do Fringe, and the week after I might as well do Alias, another show he at least started. Okay, okay. Fair enough. I thought you'd shown up ready to watch it, but okay. Well, Cindy, Friday's an exciting stream. Okay, no worries. Friday, we're doing a Buffy double watch, which is Surprise and Innocence. If you want to drop by for that, which is a massive two-parter. Okay, just wait for Anthony then. Season 2. It's right in the middle of season 2. By the way, I think okay. I think that was cigarette smoking man, Cindy, at the end of that X-Files episode we watched the other night. Because I listened to a review of that episode and he said it was him as well. Yeah, it's not 100%, but I'm assuming it was him just because I obviously thought it was him, and this guy I was listening to thought the same. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Probably the first one since I only set it up yesterday. Thanks. Yeah, it's all funny because as they point out in their review, it's the first time you've seen him since the pilot episode. And yeah, I guess at this point they didn't know he was going to become such a big part of the show. But yeah, he's just hit in randomly there to try and get the research before that guy dies. This better still be on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the pilot, he you see him with the evidence, don't you? And putting it in a file. Such small fry. But who knew? And the episode dedicated to him in season 4 might be one of my favourite X-Files episodes. Okay. Alright. So we're watching parts 1 and 2, Anthony, in case that wasn't clear, because it's a double pilot. Yeah, I know. I think this is the longest season, because I think the other seasons are 22, or there's 1 or 2 seasons that are a bit shorter, I think. Like, I think there's 1 season where it's 18. Yeah, season 1 is long. Yeah, it's that sort of show. Because it's funny when we did the rewatch, we were only on season 2, and my mum thought we were on like season 3 or 4 because there's so many episodes. And in a shorter show with less episodes per season, you probably would be on season 4 or something. Okay. Yeah, but clearly not as good. Anthony, I'm pretty confident to say that straight away because I think Lost is a truly unique and iconic show. The 100 has 16 seasons. Oh, or did you mean episodes in a season? 16. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was going to say. All right. Okay, I'll count us down and then we'll make a start. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Definitely inspired by the Twilight Zone. This intro. And fun fact already, Michael Keaton almost got the Jack role. And the reason he wasn't cast, from what I heard, is because he was only willing to do the pilot. He didn't want to commit to a whole series. Would have been interesting, that. Because I typically think of Keaton as bad guys. Do you have a favourite character, Anthony? That's a great film. I, I'm assuming I'm assuming that's because his character's such a ruthless son of a bitch, Cindy, rather than anything against Keaton, who I think was born to play that sort of role. Yeah, Hurley's a good character. Sort of one of those that goes under the radar. Yeah. Walt. Once you hear that, him just screaming Walt, it's sort of tattooed on your brain. My favourites are Benjamin, Desmond, and I'll probably say Charlie as well. Oh, I know, but totally different parts, Cindy. Beetlejuice is like more of a comedic role. There's nothing funny about his character in The Founder. But I know what you mean. He does play slimy characters a lot. But that's because he's good at them. Comment. Oh, actually, I was silly me. I was forgetting about Locke. So Locke would be my other favourite character. So Desmond, Locke, and Ben are my three favourites. Yeah, I bet you're a lifeguard. What's his name? Boone. He does look like a cast member of Baywatch. Claire's a very likable character. I quite like that actress as well. She's always solid. whenever she's in anything. The music is some of the best music on TV. It's sort of changed the game, I think, for TV music. Hmm, maybe. I never really found her annoying, but I guess sometimes when you have a pregnant character in this sort of show, that it sort of runs the risk of her being, you know, kind of annoying. No, I never found Kate annoying. Well, I mean, you would have to go into examples, but maybe maybe don't go into too many spoilers in case someone watches this stream and hasn't seen the show before. Well, I know she has a little bit of a heel turn later, to use a wrestling term, but there's a particular reason for that. Sawyer, old Sawyer milk. He actually has a brief appearance in the pilot of Angel, believe it or not. Yeah, I like Juliet. I think most he's in like the alleyway at the start of the episode. I think he must be. I can't remember the context of that scene now. I think he must be a vampire or something. But he's the one who I think attacks Angel in the alleyway. I think he might appear in the bar first of all, and then I think he sort of tries to trick Angel. Is it Maggie Grace's character, Shannon? A lot of people don't like her. Okay. Is it her brother, Boone? Not a main character. Alright. Is it the detective who arrests Kate and has her on the plane? I'm guessing it's someone we see in one of the flashbacks. Okay. Someone in Hurley's story? The father or the mother? How about Charlie's brother? Yeah. Well, I wasn't saying it wasn't hilarious. I was just asking if it was one of those characters. I don't hate him. I mean, I think he serves his purpose for the story. Annoying though. Jack's dad? Jack's son? Jack's dad or Jack's son, I reckon. Oh, I could be here all night. You'll have to tell me. Oh, this is a nice first meeting with Hurley and Claire. With Walt! Walt! Oh, Walt's mother, maybe? I can see why. I wouldn't go that far, but. I can see why. Very creative, Jack. He's made a plane shape with the. Yeah, I guess I just understand things from her point of view. She thought she was doing the best for her son. But I get it. Another thing is, and this might be intentional on that on yeah, but Michael wasn't the best father always, to be fair, or husband. He made a lot of mistakes. Well, it's no, no, but she didn't really do that. I mean, people have to move on with their lives. But I get what you mean. All right, that's enough going down rabbit holes, Anthony. We're supposed to be watching and talking about the pilot. Yeah, I enjoy a good drink on the plane. Yeah. Hang on to your hats. A bunch of extras popping up already that we'll never see again. Oh yeah, this look from Locke with the orange peel in his mouth is so weird. Kate's like, who is that freak? I guess it was creepy, and to this day I've no idea why he does it. I think it's just his oddball way of trying to break the tension in a way, or trying to make a laugh, like just a goofy way of saying, "Yeah, things are gonna be okay." Not a bad place to get lost in, to be fair. I mean, logistic wise, it's bad because you're not near a city where there would be like places to eat and stuff. But as far as scenery and stuff goes, it's the ideal place. Drive shaft. Charlie doing a good impression of his brother's vocals. It's funny how Kate's heard of the band and hasn't heard of Charlie. Yeah, I watched the first episode last night, Cindy, so I'm gonna do a review for that. I love how atmospheric this whole thing is. Just the use of like different weather conditions, like rain, and John's reactions. Typical John. The cockpit. The Hatch storyline with John is one of my favourite storylines of the whole show. I think Charlie might be looking for his drugs. It's alright. Yeah, no, it's good. It's very good. I think this is one of the best TV pilot. So cinematic and just gets you hooked straight away on the premise. Oh shit. Really, that much? Wow. I mean, I think you can definitely tell, but I'm surprised it was that much. But yeah, considering this was like 2004, something like that, that is a lot for a TV pilot at the time. This is almost a bit of a tease because I think at one point there were plans to kill Jack off in the pilot. So it's almost like this scene could have played out a different way. But I mean, that's probably when Keaton was involved. Potentially, he would have been killed off. He keeps reminding them of his name. No, not really. I think occasionally, like I know he was in some horror movie a while back, which keeps popping up on the horror channel occasionally, but I've not seen. Oh, Bad Robot. Okay, Amphenin, that's the end of part one. I've paused at the start of the next one. Do you want to go straight into it? Assuming you're there. Okay. So when I say go, go. So go, basically. I think what I like about Kate is that she's essentially nice to everyone. She has time for everyone. Like that scene with Charlie there. Charlie's on edge. Oh, Shannon. Now, to be fair, if I had a body like that, I would probably sprawl out as well. Semi-naked. Surrounded by the fiery remains of the aeroplane. I was so sure Michael and Son were going to be a thing at some point. Which is probably what they wanted you to think. Yeah, could be. Yeah, I've heard of bone tomahawk. It's not the one I was thinking of, but yeah, I do know of it. Not the first time Sawyer will get in a tussle with someone else. Oh yeah, this is pretty raw. This sort of terrorist angle. Only a few years after 9/11 as well. The guy who played Bede is actually a Cockney. He's from London. And he does a really convincing accent, considering. But then I guess he's probably from that part of the world originally, but was brought up in the UK, maybe. Hmm. Well, that killed that conversation. Very high. Kate's fearless, man. I like the drama that comes about from the cop guy and his injuries, and the tension that comes from what happens if he lives or compared to what happens if he dies when it comes to Kate. Mhm. Could get through a stack full of comic books if you deserted on an island. Or regular books, probably, if you're there long enough. I think it's impressive how dark the storyline with Charlie gets at times, considering he comes across as just like sort of a goofy comic relief character. Charlie thinks he could be in there. I do enjoy all Sawyer's nicknames that he comes up for the other characters. I want to say that the actor came up with some of them on his own, like spontaneously, but I'm not sure to be honest. Doesn't mean it's not similar, John, just because it's a better game. Australia? For some reason, I thought it was Holland or somewhere Walt's mum moved to. Ah, could be. I've not heard that, but it's possible. He's doing his best to get rid of this food. That's a nice moment. I like these little random interactions because, like, those two characters don't really interact that often over the course of the show. Yeah, I agree. He does grow a lot and mature a lot, and I like the way they deal with that relationship and how I don't know, just the culture and how old-fashioned it is. The plot thickens. I'm gonna check what John said in his scene, by the way, about backgammon being the world's oldest game. Oh boy. Situation just went from bad to worse. I guess it's Saeed's turn to stereotype Sawyer now. There's a nice little thing between Kate and Saeed, actually. I'm sure there must be people out there who ship them. Sweetheart. What a jerk. That looks so good. The suitcase hitting him like that, and the blood just pouring out. And he did kind of deserve it, to be fair. Oh, it's Shannon who speaks French. I was thinking it was Claire for some reason. Yeah, shut up, Sawyer. Boom. Excellent. That flew by. That cliffhanger's even better than the first one. Boom. Bad robot. It's great. And it immediately sets the mind racing. What could it all be about? And it sets up so many things moving forward. It's so good. Oh yeah, that's the next episode, isn't it? Okay, so that's the double pilot done. Was a fun watch. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, Cindy, for stopping by as well. and I might probably see you guys for the Buffy watch on Friday. Next week's pilot is Fringe, by the way, and we'll definitely have to do more Lost watches on future streams. But thanks. See you guys soon. Good night.